Quin. I'm grateful, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and I congratulate my honourable friend from Twickenham for securing this debate with such fortuitous timing, coming the very day after we've been reminded so starkly through the autumn statement of the importance of having a growing and successful UK economy. If we are to ensure that our economic legacy to future generations isn't just billions and billions of pounds of our debt, if we're to ensure that the future prosperity of our country isn't just trapped into the southeast of England but embraces all the nations and the regions of the UK, then we have some very difficult but necessary decisions to take. The government, as my honourable friend from Twickenham reminded us, has made commitments in the past about Heathrow but also about Gatwick. I would remind the honourable lady, and they are fully aware on the front bench of the intense passions that this debate will incite, as so eloquently put by my honourable friend from Richmond Park. So I think they acted with great foresight in setting up an independent commission, giving them the funds, giving them the resources and giving them the time necessary and access to every conceivable expert in producing a fully worked through report. And the result of that work is clear, it's unequivocal, and it is unanimous, and it's a recommendation in favour of expansion at Heathrow. The economic case that they present is overwhelming. They estimate that Heathrow expansion results in a two-thirds better solution than one at Gatwick, according to the analysis by PwC, as a £50 billion gap. According to other analyses, using the very top results from both, it could be as much as a £90 billion gap. Heathrow results in a far superior increase in additional long-haul routes, a 20% increase in long-haul destinations. I give way to the honourable lady.
Is the honourable member aware that that 147 billion figure that is in the Airports Commission report is actually challenged by the Airport Commission's own economic advisers, and the figure, the comparable benefit between Heathrow and Gatwick is very small?
Honourable lady, I've been reminded of my time, and I will move on swiftly, but I have also seen the evidence of the letters from the Commission on the 7th of September and the 28th of September, rebutting a number of points, including that, I believe, that the honourable lady has just aired. So we've got a 20% increase in long-haul destinations. Of course it's important that we entertain in this place President Xi, that we entertain in this place Prime Minister Modi. But if we're going to take part in that global international race of which we hear so much, we need UK CEOs boarding planes daily and weekly, going out to the cities and to the areas that those leaders represent. And we'll know that we are winning that global race when we have Chinese and Brazilian and Indian CEOs gracing the streets of Liverpool and Leeds, Glasgow and Belfast, Newcastle and indeed Newquay. Domestic flights into Heathrow have been crowded out in the last 25 years, as Davies sets out. But our discussion, as he also writes in the report, our discussions with the stakeholders in the nations and the regions reveal very clearly the importance they attach to direct links to Heathrow because of the access provided to its substantial long-haul network.
Will you give way on that?
I will give way to the honourable gentleman.
I hesitate to remind my honourable friend of what has already been said in this House, but the Davies Commission themselves admit that the international long-haul flights go up by only 7 destinations to 2030 and a further 7 to 2050. And as for domestic destinations, they actually come down from 7 to 4.
I'm grateful to the honourable gentleman, and I quote from the letter of the 28th of September to the chair of the GLA, 10 to 12 additional long-haul routes at the airport in 2040, an increase of up 20%. They do define how they set out their daily destinations, one of 360 services a year, the type of services that are required by CEOs going out on a regular basis to visit their clients and indeed bring them back into the UK. Now, of course, this is not just about economic arguments. I accept that it is not just about economic arguments. A third of the report details the environmental and local community concerns. It was due to be a third of my speech, but I have taken the lead from the chair that would probably not be welcomed. But I would say there are a few points. I would welcome the establishment of the Independent Noise Authority. That could be a huge benefit all over the country where we suffer from aircraft noise, including in areas which are rural, where there's lower ambient noise, and can be also particularly badly affected. On air quality, I know that despite the remorseless and gallant campaigns by my honourable friend for the member for Uxbridge, air quality in a number of parts of our great capital is not what we would desire, and it must be improved. I do note, I believe that the Davies Commission treated this issue seriously in their report. I recognise, as was stated by the Honourable Lady from Slough, that it was the points by the M4 and the M25 that are most troublesome, and I take it from the report that there is practical conclusions that can be made and can deliver better outcome in terms of air quality. I thank the Davies Commission for their comprehensive and convincing report. I look forward to the Quin.